The picture across the EU area, plus the UK, in May is full of excitement for the summer months. Countries are beginning to announce the end of travel restrictions, and as vaccination rates rise, people are making travel plans for when borders will be open across the bloc, even if the timeline isn't exactly clear. Austria is only allowing entry across its borders to EU, Schengen nationals plus the agreed small list of safe countries allowed into the EU: Australia, Iceland, New Zealand, Singapore, South Korea and the Vatican. All arrivals must be in possession of a negative PCR or antigen test result taken no more than 72 hours before arrival into Austria. If they cannot provide a certificate, travelers must take one within 24 hours. Everyone must then go into a 10-day quarantine and can test out after 5 days with another negative test result. However, Austrian Chancellor Sebastian Kurz told press that the light at the end of the tunnel is near, as he announced reopening plans for the 37th most infected country worldwide. From the 19th of May, Austria is planning to scrap quarantine and testing requirements for countries categorized as green or orange on the ECDC's traffic light map. A negative test will be required for people arriving from a red list country, and quarantine and testing will still be applied for arrivals from dark red countries. Arrivals from EU, Schengen area and the EU's safe list are technically allowed entry to Belgium, but all countries have been color-coded to determine travel restrictions. The EU's safe country list are currently labeled green: Australia, New Zealand, Rwanda, Singapore, South Korea and Thailand. Additionally, North and East Finland and Trondelag, Northern Norway are also classified green. Some parts of some EU countries are currently labeled orange: Denmark, Greece, Spain, Finland, France, Iceland, Ireland, Malta, Norway, Portugal and Slovakia. Everywhere else is currently classified as a red country. If people must travel, they must fill in a Public Health Passenger Locator Form 48 hours before arrival and take a PCR test before departure, and it must be negative. Based on their answers to the locator form, visitors will receive a test message if they are high risk and need to quarantine for 10 days. If they do, they must take a COVID-19 test on days 1 and day 7. If visitors do not receive a text message, they do not need to quarantine. Answers are based on the ECDC's traffic light system of risk. Anyone can arrive in Bulgaria if they can show they are fully vaccinated or have had COVID-19. As of the 4th of May, Bulgarians and residents of EU, Schengen area countries who arrive in the country, and their families, must take a PCR test before entry, or they must go into a 10-day quarantine. Bulgaria does not follow the ECDC's traffic light system and is operating its own list of who is able to come into the country from overseas.